Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers. Welcome to the mountain space again. I'm here with a video that will talk about this crystal. Not just this crystal, it's going to be about so much more. Today is one day before the equinox. It is Saturday, but I will post this video next week, probably on Monday, because I'm taking this weekend portal gateway time off. I was working a lot, and now I actually received a special assignment. What happened was that on Friday, I got a visit from this brother of light in Canada. He has Slovene heritage, so he has family here. So he came here and told me that he has a special gift for me, and I didn't have any idea what it was. So we met up, and his family was also there. And he had this Auralite crystals that, some of you probably know that these crystals, Auralite 23, were just discovered recently, and they're actually crystals of New Age, of New Earth, New Paradigm. And I was so humbled because he gave this to me, and he actually gave me the biggest piece, and I never had a big crystal before. And I was just so humbled. I was like, mine? Well, it isn't actually mine, I'm just a caretaker. But the thing is, ouch. I'm sorry guys, the rocks are so pointy. It's gonna hurt to sit in a really comfortable position. So that behind me you can see is my today's destination. This is the peak. It's kind of very high. This was where I was guided to go, and I'll tell you a bit about this now in this video. Keep moving. Gosh, yeah, it's really, I didn't find the most comfortable space, but I couldn't record on the top because there was people there and quite windy. You know how it is. So I tried to find a peaceful spot. I think that would be okay. Oh, I found my comfort zone. So the thing is that the moment he gave me this crystal, we were there in this in a hotel there, I live next to, and I went to the restroom, went to the bathroom, and after holding it, it is really huge. It's it's huge and it's amazing. It started vibrating and my head was heating all over. It's like intense heat running through me all day. And I just went to the bathroom and I already received guidance. You're gonna record a video. You're gonna have to carry it to the mountains. I'm like, oh gosh, and I didn't sleep a lot lately and was quite tired. But I knew, it's a quest. So during the evening, I was actually receiving guidance, and I was talking to my friend, and she said how she's seeing this pyramid. It's kind of like this peak looks like, and it looks the same shape. So this is the peak that is above our valley, above my town. It's the most famous one here. The hotel is also called by this one, and I just knew I have to go here, and it's something like 5 hours of walking one way. I still have a return trip to do, and it's just, I knew that this crystal is a master crystal because the man was visiting the guy who actually is buying crystals, and he knows a lot about them, so he has this measuring device, and he was measuring this guy. He says, wow, 33,000 units. I don't know what. I'm not like into mental things, but I just feel things, and it said 33,000, like wow, master crystal, 33 being the master number. So what was actually taking place was I received a pretty elvish quest. So guidance was very direct. I need to take this guy up to the mountains because just one day prior we were visiting the waterfall on the day of the full moon, if you remember. And this is when I received the guidance that actually the waterfall we have here, the life always starts up in the mountains because the water starts running in the mountains, and water is life. It carries all the codes down, and I felt like life here for Slovenia, it's actually starting here. This is like an entry point, the gateway point, and it's like the guy says to me, no wonder you're living here. His mom was so funny, he just couldn't believe, like, oh, smell this mountain here. Oh my god, look at these mountains. And they're from Canada, they have mountains there. But they couldn't believe because our mountains are really amazing here. And he just said, I knew that you need to have this one, and you need to do light activation, light activation. And I received the same guidance, so I took it with me today. It was not an easy trip, guys, because I had to walk with this heavy one. It's quite heavy, and with the rest of my stuff, so it was quite a challenging trip. It was very, I need to be a lot, in shape and prepared, so they're preparing me always, the guides. And I just held it. I also made some photos, and he needed to receive certain imprints here, certain etheric imprints, because mountains are always also etherically sacred retreats. from any energies, especially for my family of mountain elves. And you know, you have these orders of elves, and I was receiving lots of information today as it was going up. No wonder, you know. And the moment I held this crystal, I knew this was not for my personal use, although I don't use any of my crystals for personal use. I always do, you know, crystal grids, and I just program them, and then I, you know, release them. And again, you know, like the Tibetan people do mandala, and then they erase it, just because non-attachment, you know, needs to be involved. So actually, I knew that this guy is going to have, its journey is beginning a new sacred path. And at the same time, I also felt like the initiate. I felt like, ooh, expanding purpose, gosh. And I felt like this responsibility with it, you know. So I'm talking to my friend in the evening. It was so late at night, and if I wanted to go to the mountain, I needed to get up pretty early. So she said, I see this vision and some snow and some, you know, things, and it needs to be this mountain. I'm like, oh gosh, it's like 5 hours. She's like, yeah, you can do it, you're a professional. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do it. And it was the most beautiful experience, because when I was holding it or just putting it there, you know, amongst the mountain rocks, it was just pulsating, it was vibrating, like he was feeling at home. And it's just amazing. He has this, like he's a pillar, like I am, you know, pillar of light. Like he's gonna be sending codes, you know, throughout the land. And this is what I actually programmed him for. I programmed him for awareness, because you'll see that in my next video. What I'll be talking about, what I'm noticing lately, is there still needs to be such huge expansion of awareness. There's still so much lack of discernment and proper recognition of what's happening, you know, on Earth. And I feel this is what he told me. It needs to be about awareness, and you know, awareness is always light. Light is truth. So this is what I programmed him for. Okay, guys, there were some people there, so I needed to make a short break. And what I wanted to talk about in this video is a lot of us are receiving these tasks that are really on a completely new level, and we need to accept them and embrace them. And I was saying to Spirit today, oh gosh, I hope I'm going to be rewarded for this, because it's so heavy. My shoulders were hurting and everything. It's like, but I knew, you know, I just knew that has to be done. So my friend said, oh, you're like Frodo, you know, carrying the ring. I'm like, no, I'm an elf. I'm not a hobbit. So I feel quite honored. So I really need to thank my friend for being guided to. He said that he had problems in the airport, that they actually didn't let him go through with that. So he said, where's the people in charge? So there was this woman, you know, standing there from the distance, and showing them, you know, the item, and she's like, okay, yeah, just go. So she probably knew that it has to go through and it has to come to me. So I felt really honored. And all day yesterday, you know, I was putting in the sun and the moon, cleansing it. So today he was receiving the codes. And what I'll be doing now is this short activation for us, for everybody, you know, all of you who might not have this certain type of crystal, Auralite 23, so you can tune into it. And you can tune into the awareness that it's transmitting. And from the sacred, you know, kind of like portal entry where life begins, you know, I feel it like the awareness about creation itself, how it flows, how life flows, how things come into being, and respecting this. And this is kind of the knowledge that I carry within me. And I feel he's going to help spread it along. So today he was at the mountains. Tomorrow is the equinox. He's going to go to the water. You know, a lot of people were saying the water, and it's true. The water is the transmitter. So I'm going to bathe him, you know, in the sacred mountain river stream. And probably do another like activation and meditation. But what I want to do now is just for a few moments is to put the crystal like this, and to just invite you who are guided to work with this energy. But like I said, awareness always brings change. Awareness brings walking the talk. It means expansion. It means discernment. It means being sovereign. And it means walking with life like the highest initiate, you know. I always felt like this sacred magic when I live my life, like I'm this initiate, you know. It feels so sacred, it feels magical, and sometimes people forget about this magic. And I want this crystal, well, not me, it's not personal, but I'm guided that this crystal brings that back, that awareness, that magic, that fulfillment of this purpose that is just beginning. So what this man also shared with me that his path with these crystals actually began last year in 21st of December, which was the December solstice. He said package was waiting for him, so it was like, kind of showing him this is path, this is something you'll be doing in the new. And it's really amazing. So what I want to do now, just for a moment, is to hold this crystal like this, and I'm just going to dedicate it that it comes through the sacred purity of all, and then I'll be directing it like this to all of you who want to attune to this crystal and to the highest level of awareness. I will be doing the activation as well. It will be recorded. But for now, for all those who really wish to walk the highest path of the initiative spirit, all you have to do now is just open up to this energy and allow it to receive. It's really strong. And just let it wash all over you with the purest of intent, only for growth and expansion. And like I said, to be the initiate of the highest sacred light, to walk in purity and grace at all times, to hear the silence of your heart and to understand what it whispers to you, because it speaks louder than anything else. And you start walking the path of the highest initiate, you'll be invited to embrace the silence, to embrace solitude, not isolation, that harmonious solitude, and that fine attunement through purity that opens the gateway to all knowing, to all sensing, to all feeling. And so by embracing this energy, and from the highest sacred mountain space, you invite yourself to this magical journey that awaits, and the new sacred tasks, new divine assignments that are waiting for you, and for you to embrace them with full joy, with passion, with freedom of being, because it's excitement that propels everything in the new. It's what creates within the new template. So when you breathe this highest light of energy in you at this time, you're inviting your highest aspects to work with you. And you bring awareness in all that you do and all that you are. And everything that you birth and bring into creation, you bring through awareness. As spirit always works through awareness, which brings us expansion. So embrace this light, beloved one. Let it illuminate your heart. Let it connect you to your soul. And let your soul be one with the spirit of all. So yeah, I hope you were able to tune into this energy. You got to be really open, because crystals that work on a higher level always work with those who feel that energy, someone might come and see this and is like, what is this, like a monkey, it's like they see it just as a rock. But we see them, those who work within the highest light of truth, we see that as the anchors and activators of energy. So they help us to magnify. Crystals are magnifying points. So they always end up, especially these master crystals, they end up in the hands of the one that is pure in heart. And if such a crystal on your path as an ascension pioneer ever comes to you, then you will know that it's truly something magnificent, and you're going to embrace your quest. So like today, I felt like an elf on a quest, and it was really beautiful. And it felt, like I said, at times when I was walking up the hill with this heavy backpack, I felt, oh gosh, but at the same time I felt excited about it, because I really felt that a new journey is beginning now with this equinox, which is this huge portal of light. I was talking about this already. That's why we gotta release a lot of the old things, because we cannot be in our new voyage, you know, if we're still clinging on to the old so much. So what I'll be doing, like I said, I'll be further working with this crystal, and then it will receive a special sacred space. I'll create another. He will like be on this special place. Like I see it like in an activating zone, and other crystals, you know, around and amplifying, and you know, kind of like combining this beautiful grid. I'll share like always. And until then, I hope you were able to feel anything. I don't have much else to say today. Although, you know, I could be speaking on and on, but it's not so much about the words, it's always about the energy. So I'll see you next week, maybe already with the activation, and yeah, we'll see what happens next. We gotta be ready for the quest. So enjoy. Bye.